With 5 games in the books, it is now officially overreaction season, and the question I keep getting asked over and over again, can CJ McCollum become an all-star this year? Let's find out here on The Breakdown.
I feel like Mike Jordan, give me the rock and I'm scoring. Ay, came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, ay, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Ay, oof, I told him out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into this episode of The Breakdown. I am your host, Danny Marang, and well, this episode, it shouldn't exactly be hard to figure it out, but if you haven't looked to my left, your right, we know how it works. CJ McCollum is the guy we're going to be talking about. He has absolutely lit the NBA world on fire. Over 28 points per game, shooting lights out from the three-point line. Over 5 makes per game right now, and really doing everything that he hasn't done as a starter in the NBA to start an NBA campaign. And speaking of starting campaigns, the question I keep getting asked in this way too early to be asking, but why not, what else are we going to do type season, is CJ McCollum an all-star candidate? Well, CJ McCollum really couldn't start off this campaign any better if he tried. Lighting the world on fire with the three-point line, continuing to absolutely kill it from the mid-range, and doing something he hasn't done in his career, which is get out to a wickedly hot start. All that, though, isn't going to be enough. He's going into an incredibly crowded backcourt discussion for an all-star bid. You've got to go up against the old guard, like a Damian Lillard and a Chris Paul even, who may have moved teams, but he's still in the same conference, moving down to Phoenix. LeBron James, he may be a guard, who knows? Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray. There's a lot of guys in that group. But CJ McCollum does have a few things going for him beyond the statistics, which we'll get more into here in a bit, in that if CJ can continue to keep his scoring up high enough, it should be a no-doubter. In the modern NBA, anybody who's scored over 27 points per game will get the all-star bid, with the exception, of course, of Bradley Beal last year. No, back it up a little bit. Bradley Beal didn't make it, wrongfully so, because the Wizards were awful and Beal kind of bailed out, maybe a little bit on the defensive end. There was a narrative, and we'll talk about narratives here shortly as well, but that's the only time. So 27 points per game, that matters. And if you look at guys who have scored over 25 points per game, we can drop that bar down a little bit, and have been 28 years or older, there is only one guy in modern NBA history, which we're going to draw another parallel here, Kiki Vandeweghe. And CJ is 29 years old, so if he didn't make the All-Star team, he would be the first 29-year-old to score over 25 a game who didn't make the All-Star team. As you go down that list and those 25 or more guys, you see Damian Lillard pop up a few times too. So small market plays a part into this. There's certainly no doubt there. But the Blazers can control that destiny if they win games. It would be a rare occurrence, certainly, for a small market team to get 2 premier All-Stars in Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. However, it's not unheard of, particularly if they go out there and they get a nice winning streak going and they have a stack full of games heading into that All-Star nomination process. Then you stack on the narrative behind it, which, I mean, that matters the most, let's be honest. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, winning games is the way you get noticed for All-Star games. I'm sure I'm selling state secrets by saying that, but it's a little bit different for CJ. He needs to not just win games, he needs to win over hearts and minds. Yes, it's a propaganda campaign, and you do that by doing things like this. A little pull-up Jimmy right in front of Rudy Gobert, making James Harden look a little ridiculous, and then turning PJ Tucker inside out and banging another mid-range J in his face. those are the kind of things CJ McCollum does regularly that he needs to do even more so, and then add this to it. This is the sprinkle on top. This is the home run. This is everything that matters. It's that knockdown three-point shot. CJ's a damn near 40% three-point shooter if he has the volume where he does right now, and he continues to do this over and over and over again. He'll drop off a game or two. He may even have a bad week or two. But if he continues to hone in that three-point shot and really drive home the fact that he can do this regularly, talk a little bit of trash to an opponent's bench, and then put a guy in a blender, go step back between the legs, fade to the corner, knockdown. I mean, everybody's victim here. It doesn't matter. And then mix it up, and this is where it really gets dicey, is that interior finishing, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But CJ McCollum has got the ability to have this very creative skill set that doesn't always get to shine alongside Damian Lillard. But he thrives here in that mid-range. He, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, that is the holy trinity of mid-range jump shooters right now in the NBA, and maybe go down in NBA history. That's how good those guys are in that area. While CJ McCollum may belong to the holy trinity of mid-range finishers, it may be because he made a deal with the devil to give up his inside finishing. As good as he is between 10 and 23 feet, fourth best in the NBA by percentage, nearly 48% since he became a starter in the 15-16 season, he's equally as deficient inside 10 feet. For somebody who has so much control of the ball, is able to get defenders off balance, there is something that just doesn't connect for him. When you look at his inside finishing rate, inside of 10 feet, so that's the short mid-range as well as interior finishing, he has these floaters, these Euro steps, these baby hooks, these off-cadence releases, and something just doesn't seem to click, and you see it over and over and over again, and you just wonder what it is that's going on. I mean, you really can't figure out what's going on when Bogdanovich is altering a shot like this. Or he gets to his spot, and somebody who has so much touch and so much control seemingly loses both. It's one thing to miss a shot. It's one thing to get bumped and not get that call. It's another thing entirely to be so in control of your body, so adept at creating angles and getting guys off balance, and yet not being able to turn that into the ability to finish inside. And I don't expect a rapid level of growth. I think we're far too far down the line. But that, I mean, you can't beat a guy and then look at your hand and go, oh yeah, or cook a guy like this and then come up that short. Again, we're getting a little nitpicky here, but here's the difference. CJ McCollum is just a shade under 50% inside of 10 feet. Steph Curry, who I think is kind of looked at as a gold standard for guards, is at 60%. But Damian Lillard is only at 52%, but the difference is that 2% over 1,500 field goals is a massive, massive number. And for CJ McCollum to elevate himself into he's a near all-star, maybe he'll get there someday, into an all-star is to make a leap. And he will have to do it in more than just the three-point line. And I don't expect him to really convert those free throw attempts or free throw fouls, those contact fouls that you see drawn up, but he can learn how to finish this. And if CJ McCollum can learn how to finish those interior shots, those shots inside of 10 feet, those floaters, those in-betweens, that incredibly difficult shot that takes years to hone, and he doesn't need to be a world beater, he just needs to be better in that regard while maintaining stupid efficiency in the mid-range and being a 40% three-point shooter. Doesn't sound like much, right? Just be a 25-point-per-game guy who shoots otherworldly from pretty much every level, but that's what guard play demands in the NBA now. That's what the Western Conference requires of you to be an all-star. He's on fire from three. He's going to continue to kill it from mid-range. If he can find one other way to be just a bit more efficient And maybe he can do it without the inside finishing. Maybe he can do it with his increased playmaking. He's already seeing the ball more often. He's moving the ball more often. With Jusuf Nurkic not at full health or at full strength, he's not that pivot point. And CJ McCollum is seeing his passing load go up ever so slightly. His assist rate is about the same as it was last year, but from what I can see, he's trying to find those spots that he does so well when Damian Lillard's out. And perhaps that's his way in, getting that assist total up there above 5.5, 6, where as a secondary playmaker, he's maybe 24, 25, and 6. The Blazers are at 55% wins, 60% winning percentage, somewhere right in there. Then maybe, just maybe, CJ McCollum can throw his hat realistically in the ring for his first All-Star selection. And with that, we will check back in on CJ McCollum's All-Star bid in the coming weeks. That's something we said we were going to focus on here at the channel. Thank you again to everybody who has reached out for all the comments, positive, negative, or otherwise. Had plenty of people that were very interested in the Carmelo Anthony video last week. But again, that's what this is for, to take a look at stuff, discuss it up and down, back and forth. Thank you so very much. Please like, rate, review, subscribe, add in the comments. You like it, you love it. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, so that we can continue to make changes and evolve this channel and make it something that you enjoy. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
They know that we ain't the same. 4-2, we rap the game.